Hello, welcome back to FatherofTwo Plays The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt. Last time we talked to Peter Sar Gwenleve, and he told us to learn about Yennefer. We needed to kill the griffin for him. So we then spoke to a hunter, believe his name was Neelan, and he led us to where the ambush, or the attack happened on the Nilfgaardians. We followed their back trail and found out they had just slew the griffin's mate and were then partying or drinking and reveling in their victory when they were attacked by the male, who was obviously very angry. And then we walked over to this bandit camp since it was nearby and had to kill 4 men. 4? 3 or 4 men. Now we'll search the camp and then we'll move on. What else, or what do they have for me here? Those vials aren't worth a lot to me, but the Ducal water is, I think, for ingredients. I'm not even looking at lots of the stuff. Ooh, Aether. That's what, those things you need like white gold for, I think, and I remember it being very hard to come across some of the ingredients when I wanted to later on. So I know when I have extra money, I definitely want mandrake cordials? Cordials? Cordial? Whatever. Okay. Come on, Roach. Where are we off to? I mean, I know we're going to talk to the herbalist, but which way is it? Okay, we could go north along the road.
Come on, Roach.
And then head west. And we could stop and pick ingredients, but not right now. We're kind of in the tutorial area still. I'd like to move on. Okay, we got a ravine here. Why don't we take this? Nah, we'll run a little ways, then we'll call Roach back. Tapping it like it's Grand Theft Auto trying to run faster. Oh, there you are, teleporting horse of destiny. Alright, let's go. I mean, that's a wicked sweet pie he's got there. I don't know where that accent came from, but it did. Probably from watching kids' movies all the time.
Whoa there, Roach.
So, I guess we could just follow our marker pretty much. I don't have to go to my map. I wish I could make the mini-map bigger, like zoomed out further, that is. That might be handy to me. Ooh, we got some, like... I mean, I know I said I wasn't going to pick everything, but it looks like there's a bunch of ingredients just all real close together here. So I might as well. Calendine seems important to my brain for some reason. Must need it to make something good. Fool's parsley. I mean, it's all so close together here. Oop, I missed one. I might as well pick it all up, right? Because it'll save time in the future making potions if you just gather stuff while you go. Something I really like about this game. Like the harder difficulties, I never tried normal. I only played on Blood and Broken Bones, but I like how you have to heal with food, or you take that perk that lets you heal during the day and stuff. Because on the lower difficulties, you can just meditate to heal, and that seems just not as immersive, I guess. I really love the difficulty. I love how this is a bit like Dark Souls in difficulty, but without the sense of loss all the time when you lose what you worked for, if you know what I mean. Instead, you get... Nobody seems to mind if I pick all their stuff either. Instead, you get to save when you want, but some fights can just be brutal and punishing, or you might have to figure out a secret or upgrade your weaponry. I like a challenge, and I do like Dark Souls, but I kind of like how this is a little more laid back. Good stuff. Oh, there's more behind here. We might as well pick her whole garden if she doesn't mind, because I'm just tapping X like crazy. I could use all the ingredients, like I said. This'll save us time in the future when we need ingredients and we don't have money. I guess it'll save us money and time. Hello.
Bad time.
Not at all. Hand me the beggar tickets, the
I know what beggar tick
red
is.
bloom. Well, well, one versed in herbs.
Probably saying too much, but I know a bit. For instance, that beggar tick's poisonous.
In large doses. Small ones soothe pain and bring forth pleasant dreams.
Like
Which
Nightshade?
is all I can hope to do for her.
I think Nightshade is kind of like that. I don't really know anything about herbs.
Griffin do that to her?
Delina. Yes. Attacked her at night. She was walking in the woods.
At
Poor
night?
girl.
Through the woods? In wartime?
Meeting a boy. The young,
I was gonna say, to
do
meet a
foolish
love.
things for love. Wounds are healing, but she will die. Blood's pooling in her skull. Nothing my brews can do to help.
I guess I could try to help. I want to.
Could try to help her with one of my potions. Swallow can heal internal hemorrhages.
But
Witcher's potions aren't for humans.
she'll die as it is.
Yes. A peaceful death soothed by your concoctions. If I give her Swallow and something goes wrong, the whole village will hear her screams.
There are ways out of town.
I understand. Do as you will.
That's a hard choice.
Looking for buckthorn. Know if it grows anywhere around here?
Bottom of the river, where the channel's widest. But you do know that once out of the water...
It'll stink worse than a week-old carcass. Counting on it. I'm hunting the griffin. Need the buckthorn for bait.
Oh, that makes sense.
I was thinking... A few years ago we had trouble, drowners under the bridge. The whole village had to pitch in for a witcher. Who now can afford the bounty on a griffin's head?
Captain Peter Sars, something.
Gwenleve.
Ah, good to know the Black One's looking out for our welfare.
Come on, you know what his last name was, Geralt. You're smarter than that. You were pretending because you don't like him? Well, he seems to care about people, but he's also from Nilfgaard and has to follow,
Doubt Emperor
Nilfgaardian
Emir
rule.
cares about you. But this captain just might. Seems like a decent man.
There are no decent men in the army. There are only orders.
Yeah, true enough.
Not from here, are you? A lot of bitterness in you. Too much for someone who spent her life in a hut in the middle of nowhere.
True.
Very
And
observant,
you're in a
Geralt.
hurry. Elsewise you'd not use bait, just wait for the griffin to attack again.
Fair enough.
Believe we could have an interesting conversation.
Aye, she's quite intelligent
next
herself. Oh, do we try and save this woman? Is that a quest? On death's bed. Brew a dose of the swallow potion. Okay, can we do that? Let's check our alchemy. No, we can't. What do we need? Oh, we need more Calendine and some Drowner Brain. Well, we could do this, let's look at our quests and levels. So on Death's Bed is level 2, level 3 for the Beast of White Orchard to continue. So let's do this one. It's probably not far, we're right near the town. Oh, maybe we could buy what we need from her. Maybe not the
Yes.
Drowner Brains, though. Let's see what she has for sale anyway.
Got any herbs you're willing to sell?
I'm sure I can find something.
Looks like some potions. Or things... Oh, white gold, that's important. Dwarven spirit, not as important. Decoctions. I like decoctions. Okay. Last time I was pretty heavily into the fighting and potion tree, and I really liked the perks I had for potions and fighting as well, but I might go for more signs this time if I want to shoot for medium armor, the Griffin armor, Griffin school techniques, and then I can have more luck with my signs and have better signs. Or more power, you know what I mean, like lots more damage and effect from all my signs. That would be effective and good. I might go with, like, I kind of feel like you could split into 2 of those trees fairly easily. I don't know if there's any new level systems I'll need to learn about with the expansions. but I think I will try and... Like, I had... Because you get these 4 mutagen slots, so you want to have as many of these all the same color as possible, right? So I believe I had 5 or 6 green or alchemy tree skills, and 6 or 5 or 6 again of these combat skills, and maybe 2, like maybe this one, rage management, and bear school techniques. So then I had, yeah, so 5 of each of those, each skill tree. I think I had overdose threshold upped, and then not poison blades, acquired tolerance, all 3 levels, and then that gives you enough to get here. And then I had refreshment, 25% heal from any potion you use. I had those 3 for certain, and I think I will take them this time, because those 3 worked really well together. And then you have one whole tree that's green, and you could put a green mutagen in and get your bonus. And then I think I'll shoot mostly for these, and a few of these, like perhaps this one, arrow deflection, and either strength or muscle memory, as well as resolve. And then you add more and more, and maybe you don't keep all the same powers, but you only use 4 or 5 from the red tree and 4 or 5 from the blue tree or whatever. We'll see how I do it this time, but I think that I will take those green ones, the alchemy ones, because they make you much more survivable when every potion you use has a 25% healing, and you have that upped toxicity for every level of alchemy, or every alchemy formula, you know? It's 1 point of extra toxicity. So you could take a lot of, maybe 2 or 3 decoctions at once and have them last longer. There might be a skill for that too. I do like the decoctions. I'm going to rob this guy's house before I talk to him to help him out, apparently. Because I have video game kleptomania, which must have its own term when you must steal
Sleep,
everything
Sleep.
that's not
Sleep or
nailed
lend you
down
strength.
or, illegal to take in a video game.
Greetings, good man. Having trouble with your well? That's what I read.
Aye. 'Tis haunted. Has been for a good 20 years.
20? So why'd you put out a notice just now?
'Cause earlier on we drew our water from the river. But so many corpses floating in it after the battle it's turned noxious. My daughter Mandy drank half a pitcher. Fell dreadful ill, can't
no.
get nothing down. She grows worse by the day. Herbalist claims you fight a fever with drink. And not beer nor cider,
Okay,
but
set a
water.
timer.
Clear, pure water. And where am I to get that if not from the well? But first, the ghost's got to be driven away. And it don't let any man near.
Well, I gotta help a man in need, especially when his daughter is at stake. I can feel his pain.
This ghost. Describe it for me.
Well, it's awful frightening. Awful.
I meant, what does it look like?
It looks like a woman, but fresh from the grave. Wears a dirty dress, all rags, its skin flaking off its bones, and it howls like it's suffering.
That's terrifying.
Some wraith. Or maybe an alp.
If you don't wallop it, Master, if you don't take care of it, that is, it'll come kill me daughter.
Will it? I thought your daughter was gonna die because she wasn't getting water. Well, I gotta haggle.
I
Just-
feel for you.
Otherwise the
but
trade
this is
will
my
die.
job, so let's
The
talk
Witcher
about
trade.
my pay.
Something not right with the coin.
Let's go for 3 extra coin. He's a hard up man.
If you could drop your price a bit, I'm sure we'd agree.
Maybe 22.
Settles it then.
Okay. Fair enough.
Fine, I'll help. Where's this well?
In Havel, a settlement on the heights. It's abandoned now. No one ventures there on account of the ghost being about.
The lighting is so incredible in this game. Okay. Man, poor guy. Nobody needs to watch their child suffer. That's just a terrible thing. So, let's see if we can alleviate some of her pain and some of his anxiety about his daughter's well-being by destroying whatever creature is by the well. Why does the camera keep tilting up like that? I don't really like that. Is there an option I can change? Control settings. Vibration. No, none of that seems relevant. Gameplay. On-screen tutorials. Manual sheathing. No. Automatic finishers. Yes. Alternative movement response. I'm going to go back to standard and see how I feel about it. Gwent difficulty, autosave intervals, automatic camera centering. Okay, that's probably going to fix it.
Slower.
Yeah, okay. I don't mind having to move my camera myself. I got used to it from Red Dead and using like my other hand to move the camera around, so I'll see how I feel about it in this. But I was getting really annoyed with it going up and looking down, so I can't really see what's ahead of me, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's see this normal move mode. Okay, I don't like that as much, even though it's a little less cumbersome. I kind of like the way it looks. Where is it? No, that's not the one. It's at the bottom here? Where was it? Ah, movement response, alternative. Yeah, I like, I got very used to it, and I enjoy
The infamous well.
the build-up.
Strange, no sign of a ghost.
Maybe it's the other one that
shows at a certain time of day.
No, it's this one. You shift, like, puts his weight, yeah. He shifts his weight like he's actually running. I was talking over his
Grass
talking.
around the
That
well
wasn't nice
scorched.
of me. Yeah, it's all burnt all around here. And can we rob? Yeah. Well, it's not really robbing. There's nobody coming back to this town, I don't think. And if they do, it's not their stuff. Old goat hides. Saltpeter. We just need all this stuff early on. So we take it all. Because if it's no good for us to craft or use in alchemy, then we can sell it. Or break it down into stuff that we can craft with. So no harm done by picking up everything till we're out of space. A yellow diary.
Journal. Might be useful.
Okay. Yellow diary. 27/3/1250. It's happened. Volker sent a petition of our grievances against the Lord to the court at Vizima. Listed all the harm he's done, how he killed Johann for not taking his cap off quick enough. Taking off his cap quick enough. How he trampled our fields when drunk with nary a thought of repayment. How he barged in during Peter's wedding and demanded his right of first night. That's a terrible right. Now we finally got what we begged Melitele for in our prayers for so long. The judge recognized our grievances and waived all our bonds and duties to the Lord. We can finally strike out on our own. At last we can live as free men. 12/4/1250. The first day of our freedom. Hovel's not much of a village yet, but to my mind it's better than the most fantastic palace. Volker fumed our home with hazelwood smoke to drive out evil, buried a marten under the gate to make sure no thieves crossed our threshold, and then he gave me a bracelet, loveliest I've ever seen. Mother said it's foolish to spend so much on a bauble when we haven't plows nor hoes, and that we ought to return it to the merchant. Over my dead body, I'll never take it off. It'll always be there to remind me of Volker, of how happy we were that day. So this is the girl's journal, it sounds like? They say the Lord is coming to see us, that he wants to make a deal, to beg us to return to the village. They say he's calmed since his son died, that he's not as quick to anger about small slights. Well, we'll see. One way or another, I've no intention to move 1 inch from here. So I'm betting the Lord came and killed this person. What is with the weird wavering steps there? I guess it's because of the elevation, or I mean inclination. The incline was making him kind of glitch around a bit, it seemed. Bear fat and quicksilver, that's all very useful. Same with that. I can't be upset about more florins, which I think I have to change into usable money. But that's still free money later on, right? Oh, we got something there. Should we check it out? Dead dog.
Body's dried to a crisp. Signs of burns. All signs point to a new wraith.
Okay. Looks like I could probably blast that down with Ard. Don't need a platter per se, but like I said, I could break it down into timber, I think, which I could then use for whatever I needed it for. Yep, sure can. Let's see what's over here. More alchemist powder. Never gonna complain about that. Well, was there anything in that? No. Let's read about Noonwraiths then. In our bestiary. I guess we could read about dogs and wolves. They say a dog's a man's best friend, but in these foul times one best be wary even of his friends. Alfred Pankratz, beggar from Novigrad. Some claim dogs are reflections of their masters. A well-treated pet repays his owner with loyalty and trust, whereas an ill-treated one repays this treatment in kind as well, meeting yells with barks and kicks with bites. Since there is an abundance of bad men, so too is there an abundance of bad dogs. Most dangerous of all are the vagrant mutts, who have lost all respect for men and develop a taste for blood and carrion. Nobody should mistreat any animal. That's terrible. Wolves. Friend of mine used to say that with all these griffins and basilisks and whatnot, good old-fashioned wolves weren't nothing to worry about. Then the damn beast devoured half his flock. Ingvar, shepherd. Sounds like he's from Skellige. Once upon a time, wolves were the absolute rulers of the forest. Men used them to frighten children, while adults too trembled at the sound of their howling. Post-conjunction monsters not only pushed wolves into the deepest wilds, but also took their place in human nightmares. Yet this does not mean the old predators ceased to be a danger. Wolves do not have a drop of magic within them, breathe no fire, and spit no acid, but that in no way stops them from killing unwary travelers and hunters. Particularly dangerous are wargs, a nasty and ferocious subspecies of wolves, and the snowy white wolves which today can only be found in the wild highlands of Skellige's archipelago. Okay. And now we're going to read about both the Devil at the Well and the Noonwraith. The Devil by the Well. The residents of White Orchard had suffered more than their fair share of misfortunes. Passing armies had trampled their spring planting, a griffin had begun abducting their livestock, and, the rotten icing on this painful cake, a Noonwraith haunted a nearby well. No wonder the locals called this final evil a devil. The Witcher could sense something bound her to this place, and that, in order to send her off into the ethereal realms, he would first need to learn her secret. Once that was done, he would have to prepare for battle, and a Noonwraith is a demanding opponent. She can disorient her victim by blinding him and creating mirror images of herself. These copies slowly suck their enemy's life energy, while their mistress remains untouchable. In order to defeat her, the Witcher could only rely on his silver sword alone. The Erden sign would also be needed to trap her and force her to take on material form. Okay. I like how the entries are from Dandelion's point of view, because he's telling this whole story to you in the loading screens and stuff. That's kind of apparent, and then you read all the bestiary and the glossary or whatever the character entries, and it's worded as if Dandelion were telling you the story. Noon race. Despite what is commonly thought, peasants do not interrupt their labors at midday to get out of the sun. They do so to avoid noon race. Vlad Raymond, peasants and their customs. On particularly searing summer days when the sun reaches its zenith, wraiths will at times appear, resembling sun-scorched women dressed in long white robes. These are noon wraiths, the spirit of young women and girls who died violent deaths right before their weddings. Driven mad with pain or anger, they wander the fields searching for unfaithful lovers or backstabbing rivals, though they will kill anyone who does not get out of their way in time. They are often held in this world by some object of intense emotional significance. That is why, if one ever finds a wedding ring or torn veil in the middle of a field, one should not pick it up, but instead back away as quickly as possible. So she really liked her bracelet. That's probably what we're gonna need. So can we make ourselves a noon wraith or a wraith oil? We could make a salmon bomb. We should do that, because then we can destroy any monster nests we find. Spectre oil. We need arenaria. Maybe we should go see the herbalist.
Tied the noon wraith to this place. An object. Something she needs before she'll leave this world.
Don't see anything in here. Though it says we should investigate. So let's check this one over here, because it also says to check here. Nothing. Seems empty. There was that, like, stabbed guy in the corner in this one. There goes a rabbit. Yep, that's what we're looking for. On the floor over here.
A man. Stabbed with a knife. Died on the spot. Animals fed on his body. Picked his skeleton clean. More bloodstains over there. But it's not his blood.
Up walking away while he's talking. Oh, I see. There's a trail.
Bloodstains. Barely visible. Someone was dragged this way. Someone who was still alive.
Okay. Oh, more blood here. Look at the floor. There we go.
Palm prints in blood. Small hands. A woman's. Someone dragged her out. She was wounded. Fought for her life. No body in sight, but might still find some tracks. Under the right conditions, bloodstains can remain visible for decades.
If to a witcher, yeah.
Another print by the well.
I don't think normal people see what you see, Geralt. But you're probably not aware of that. You were, brought up a witcher. Yeah, there's another bloody print there. And the rope seems to need investigating.
Bloodstains. Almost faded. But the line's taut. Something's not right. A corpse, hanged by the bucket rope.
That's her.
Woman the journal belonged to. Must be.
Haul it up.
Wide pelvis, small jaw. A woman. Around 30, judging by the teeth. Left arm's missing.
I guess we should have
Need
left
to
her
cremate the
alone.
remains. Gotta find the object that binds her to this place before I do, though. Was she wearing the bracelet from her husband? Might be why her arm fell off.
That would be the
Gotta
point
jump
where
down there. Hope I don't break my legs.
CSI Miami guy, Horatio, put on his sunglasses, and then the Who song would start. Alright, down we go, buddy. Yep. Looks like we got a bracelet. So, now we gotta find our way out of here. Wherever you see white, which I assume is poop for some reason.
Lucky not to come up empty-handed. A bracelet with an inscription. To Claire, from Volker. Bracelet must have belonged to the woman in the well.
That's a
Lovely
reasonable assumption.
But I'll have to burn it with the body to get rid of the Noon Wraith for good. Better do it near the well.
First, we're gonna want that Noon Wraith oil, or the Wraith oil, I think. Spectre oil? Whatever it is, we're gonna want it. Anything else down here? Doesn't look like it. Got lots of breath, so we don't have to worry too much. We'll go up to the surface, though, obviously, and get some air. It'd be stupid to not. Nothing in here. Nope. This would be nerve-wracking thing to do. I love swimming, but anytime you're swimming under something, can't come up for air. It always feels like you need to. Sooner. Excellent. So yeah, we want to prepare to fight the Noon Wraith. We're not just going to go straight in there on Deathmarch difficulty and take on the Noon Wraith without
Need to prepare for this fight.
getting some oil.
Brew some Wraith oil. Drink some potions.
Maybe get, maybe find some Drowner Brains and get ourselves a Swallow Potion just in case. I guess we have food though, so maybe the oil will be good enough for now. Let's check our inventory and see if there's any weapons that are worth equipping. -1, +1. Oh, that's, I think, way better critical. Oh, it's damage. I'd rather have the chance, I think. And these boots, any good? +5 armor. Fair enough. We'll take them. Not like we have a set or anything to break up at the moment. Alright. Let's check our map and see if there's anything nearby to check out. There's a couple of things in this general area. So why don't we check out a few of these before we go see the herbalist? Or why don't we go see the herbalist, then we can take on the Spectre or the Wraith this video, this episode, and then we can check out the forest to the east, was it?
Faster.
In the beginning of the next episode. I guess my timer just went off, so we'll go visit the herbalist.
Hey
we'll
there.
quick travel. I guess I don't have to get off my horse to do that. Just force of habit. We'll travel to... Oh, we can't travel directly to her. So is it even shorter to travel? No, it's not really. So we'll just take our horse. And whistle for him when he's directly beside us.
Come on.
So follow the road, basically. And I have a feel for where her hut is. We'll make our way there. We'll buy the stuff, make the oil, and perhaps check out the marker nearby in the beginning of the next episode before we go take on the Wraith. It was just up to the north here now, right? Aye. Well, north and west. There it is. I can see it. Yep, that's her hut. Okay, so we need Arenaria. Want to remember that so I don't have to leave this menu to go find out.
Yes?
Got any
I
herbs you're
remember
willing
what
to
the
sell?
plant looks
I'm
like.
sure I can find something.
Do I see it? Yes, there's 14 of them she has. Oh, we can't afford all of them. What did we need? I'll take 5. Oh, I guess I could go into my alchemy here and look. Okay, and I could craft it. We needed 4. Fair enough. Cat. We need water essence. Probably comes from drowners. Drowner brain. And honeysuckle. Decoctions. We need a forktail mutagen, so we're not going to be able to do that. Don't need any of those. What about bombs? Can we get this stuff? Saltpeter and calcium equum. Oh, wait, hey. I just saw something. Wrong button. This is what I want. Pin. What does pin do? Formula diagram will now appear in the shop panel. Oh. Oh, excellent. So, oh, it highlights what I need? Oh, that's perfect. I can't afford it. 25 and 40, so I need a fair amount. Oops, I keep hitting the wrong button here. Let's see if I have anything to sell that's worth selling. Pure silver. I'm gonna need... I keep doing that to go through these tabs, L1 and R1. I'm gonna need that. I don't need Everloose, I don't think, or beer, or more beer, or more beer. I'll keep all the food, though, because I will need that. I could sell the wool of an hour, but it's only worth 11. It seemed much more valuable than that. Okay, well, we don't have enough, but we will, eventually.
Farewell.
Oh, do we have that bomb set? Let's check. No, I don't have any bombs set, so let's go into our inventory. We'll go over, and we'll put an oil... Oh, we made the spectre oil, so let's put that on our sword. So we don't forget. We have Tawny Owl, so we could use that instead of our bread, because that's a very effective potion. Ups our stamina regeneration, which lets us cast more signs. And then we want... There we go. This menu system is much better than it was. Still loved the game, even with the few menu problems. How do we have 4 consumables there? How is that? Is there... Can I add more in there? Like, I'll put some of this... Yeah. Apple juice, and... I guess I don't want to eat the vinegar, per se. How do I use that? Oh, I even see them there, and I hold up? Oh, that's excellent, so I can have 4 potions? Oh, that's so cool. Well, I should end the episode. So, until next time, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. This is Father of Two and Geralt, signing off.